Okay, so we have the sheriff here. Yeah, a little bit of items to discuss today. Request to fill vacancy for 3. We got 3 openings, so we need to hire 3.
Unless you want me to close her down, gotta hire him. Kind of thought this was already dealt with, but I guess we'll deal with it again. So we got the 2 jailers, and then the sergeant resigned this weekend. So we need to fill those spots. And then the dispatcher spots. We're filling 1 now, and we suspect 2 more will be leaving.
Really?
1 is going to move to Missoula, and 1 just keeps writing a letter and then taking it back. So sooner or later, it probably won't take it back. I don't know. We're just making plans ahead of time.
And then we'll be moving Eric into the deputy, right?
Yeah, right now he's a deputy. He's being paid as a deputy, but he's filling in at the jail just to help us figure out the pay, the commissary, the billing, and all that. He's trying to weed through her stuff. And then now the goal is I put out an email to the remaining jail staff and said we're not going to make another sergeant right away, but that they could put a letter in to the sheriff to see who wants to be a lead at first, lead jailer, and take over kind of what Kim was doing. Show me and prove to me that they can do that. No pay raise. And then if they do it well and excel, then we would talk about promoting them to sergeant, and then the pay raise go with that. But we also said when they put in, if more than 1 puts in, we're going to do interviews. So I'd have a commissioner and a couple other people interview them to see who should be the lead jailer and take on that responsibility. So far we got 2 letters, and I'm assuming we'll get a 3rd. So 3 of them want to be the lead, and it's the only choice I have at this point in time. But I clearly said it's coming with no pay raise until you prove to me that you know what you're doing and you can do it responsibly, perfectly. So that's where we're at with that. And the 2 new hires will start. 1 will start today, I guess, and the other will start 2 weeks from now. And
Yeah, we just need to follow policy in there, because nothing ever gets put in the minutes as far as moving Eric into deputy and everything, and just, because it wasn't on the agenda to do all this stuff, it's in the policy how to do that, and we just want to make sure that policy is being followed. So
we were going to have a commissioner on the interview board. I think that would tell you that we're hiring. And then we also, you guys approved, we talked about when we approved taking applications for it. I mean, I'm not taking applications unless I'm hiring.
Well, we're taking applications to have them there in case we do hire, aren't we?
Now that's for the deputy position. That's what we're doing. But the jailer position, when that first came open, because the jail position's been open for a while because we haven't had any apps. Hence what the other conversation was going to be about.
Well, you're in here every week, so I guess we just have to, and I'll be better at being mindful too, that we just got to make sure that when we're actually intending to do it, that we put it on the agenda so everybody knows we're actively recruiting.
Right.
And then
because I'm not adding. It'd be one thing if I was adding somebody and not telling you.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to add an 8th jailer.
Right, but
I get I don't have that permission.
Right, but then there's instances like right now where we're having to recertify our tax evaluation, and we're not getting the money that we were going to be getting, and there might be times where geez, we don't have the money, we can't fill that position. So that's kind of
with the jail. Then we're closing the jail down. I mean, I got to have the people to run the jail.
Right.
I told you guys last week the only way that jail is going to close is if I don't have personnel. So I need personnel, and I'm
But
not
we have a
going
policy
above.
written for everything. I mean, maybe
I get it, but that-
maybe it's less likely.
But it's different over there. That policy is written because people were adding people without telling you guys.
No.
And here, I'm not adding people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just refilling, and we have to have it for this jail. The public wants the jail open.
Yeah.
I'm keeping the jail open as best I can. But
Understood.
okay,
We'll just, it's
jump
just
to
a
the
technical
hoops.
thing, yeah.
Yep.
We all thought, I thought that too, Mike, because we were talking about
Right.
it, but it wasn't technically written down here for the public to know that we were gonna.
Right,
Okay,
sounds good.
so that probably dovetails into the next subject then, huh?
So, we've got jailer, well, we still want to have one jail position to fill, and we have no applicants. We got to try to get more to come in. And then, the dispatch, we do have a couple we have one that's coming in. I assume she didn't come in yet?
We have one coming Monday.
RD, right,
Right, we just have one coming in on Monday.
the RD one?
Right now.
Right,
RD?
her initials?
Mm-mm.
Did she already come in?
I'm not sure who RD is.
Well, think about it.
I don't have an RD.
Think about it. We talked about it yesterday. Anyways, I know of one that's supposed to come in, and you said, "Oh, she'd be great."
I don't have an application or anything.
I know.
That's why
That's why I
I'm
said
not where
was
you
that
are.
the one coming in on Monday?
Coming in, no, because
The
I don't have
application.
her. Well, I don't know if her application's coming in.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
heard from her.
Okay.
I have one person
I thought she
coming in.
heard from me.
Nope.
So we have
Nothing.
one coming in on Monday for an interview, and then I've been told that there's a lady in the community that's going to put in for it also. I thought she did already, but hopefully today or Monday she will. Maybe.
I will let you know as soon
Right.
as.
And then that would be nice if the one we interview, I don't know who that is, but we'll interview her on Monday, and then if the other one puts in, we'll see. I've gotten calls about the one that she'd be very good if we hired her, so I guess if she puts in, we'll see.
So could you back up just a minute? So how many positions are we filling in dispatch?
One,
Okay.
I think. Yes.
3 detention, 1 deputy, 1 dispatch.
Deputy's already technically filled,
Right.
so, I
Right,
just
but
moved-
this will be reflected.
right.
But he's currently in the
put
jail.
that
and
in.
he'll
He's
be
over-
fine.
he's
Right, right. It'll
Wearing
be
a deputy
reflected.
uniform, working in the jail.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you guys usually make a motion on that? Or do you not? When people come in and ask to fill their vacancies?
Yeah, I guess. We'll make a
Mhm.
motion that we approve to fill these positions.
I second.
Okay, any discussion on filling 3 detention, 1 deputy, and 1 dispatcher? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. What's next on your list, Sheriff?
I'm debating. Well, we might as well skip the one. We were gonna do the, I wanted to talk about the $1,000 bonus for new hires coming in, and then 500 after they complete their FTO, 30-day training or whatever, and then 500 at the end of the year, and then obviously a $200 bonus for any county employee that recommends somebody, then that person gets hired, but we're, if the 2 jailers were hired, we're getting nobody to apply, just like anybody else in the county. Nobody's applying for any jobs, really. It's tough for anybody to fill spots. Yeah, do I want more hourly wage? Sure. Is that the answer? I have no idea. So I thought this would be a lot cheaper than doing that and see if it works. I see there's a little bit of blowback on that, but I disagree wholeheartedly with all 3 of them. And but hey, they are the taxpayers. But
Even though you were gonna use your CARES money that your department,
it would slide over to, because you said we had to take that out and move that over to another part, though.
another
We
fund.
couldn't specifically use it out of the. She said we couldn't specifically use that money. Then you said, "Oh, if we moved it, we."
Yeah, she said if you put it in that fund just for
Right.
that, to cap it.
Then that's fine with me.
Because the problem is that your department earned the CARES money, and we thought that maybe we could spread it around the courthouse, and
Right.
the auditors say no.
Right.
That money is just for the sheriff,
Right.
for your dispatch console, for your improvements, and also, so this would not be Mineral County money, it'd be money that only you can spend.
Right.
So, technically, that's not.
Right. Well, I guess we'll see if we can fill them. And I guess if we go another couple weeks without any apps, I'll come in and ask you for an action item at that point in time. We'll just put
See
it
how
to
it
rest
goes?
for now.
And was that Jessica Conley that was talking about moving?
Yeah.
Because I don't want.
Well, I
Create
know
hardship.
that it's tough
So-
because the jobs there are 24/7.
Yeah.
Shift work, you work holidays.
Well,
It's
and
not-
we got one applicant. Didn't he say he only wanted to work during the day?
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
Wayne said that or something.
hmm
I've lost my mind because I don't recall that.
Your words.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I remember a dispatcher
Right.
that said that.
Yeah.
Oh, one who left, who you guys hired, and he left
That one.
after a week
Mhm.
because he didn't know he had to work nights. And yeah, but that we don't have an applicant who has stated that. That's what
Oh.
somebody you hired.
All right. Thought there was an applicant also.
No. Mm-mm.
Jail update, we're gonna have to buy, which, oh, well, the Fed signed the contract, so as of today, as of the first, we're charging $78 a day.
hmm
And they're sending us 2 on Monday, and then a third later the week, so that'll give us 2 on Monday, will give us 5 here, and if they send the other one, it'd be 6. Fed,
So
at $78.
Dylan's reviewed the contract.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sent some, just, the contract is fine how it's, written. There's nothing, crazy there. Other than there was a couple of things that I was saying, do we know that we have, that, we pay for this, we have to do this? And there was one thing that I gave a list or emailed a list back to the sheriff saying, we have to make sure that to abide by this contract, we have to do this, 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 and this. And one of them was like, they have to be tested for TB within 14 days. And the sheriff has reached out to them, and they do that. It's if they first come to us as like a new federal inmate. So I just want to make sure that we understand all the things that we have to do to abide by the contract.
The main concerns about a lot of the stuff that we had that we talked about that when you guys here and looked at it, her concerns, when I called the marshals, was like, no, that's for like if we bring him in, we arrest them and bring him straight to you for booking. But that'll never happen. We go to Missoula because that's where the court is. They get booked into Missoula. This is your housing one that's already probably through court even. So all this has been done. You don't have to worry about it. Now there are steps when we do medical stuff, but like we have a fed female right now that needs something done, and we just have to email them and say, this is what she's requesting.
Mhm.
And then they say, okay, wait for approval, and then probably today we'll get approval, and then we'll take her. And that means they pay. We just got to get their approval. Unless it's an emergency, then we just go, but, like a heart attack or something. But if it's something that can wait, we just email for approval, and then if they approve it, they pay for it.
hmm
So,
Does Roman have to sign? I mean, have you seen it?
No. I haven't seen
well, I
it.
showed the contract.
Oh, yeah,
The only
yeah.
signature was
You
for
s-
me to sign.
Yeah. Since you brought it to us and we all
Right.
knew about it, we just let you stay on as a signer. We just have to be aware and put it in the minutes that we.
So it was signed, and they signed it, and I gave Dawn a copy of it signed by me and by them.
Mhm.
So she has
Yeah, we have it in the minutes that we.
right. But she has the actual contract
Okay.
now that was signed by them too. So,
And are the bonuses thing, you're gonna probably
Wait.
bring that back up again. Okay, just because you would, the sheriff and I went and met with a family on Wednesday for a few hours in Missoula, and on our way back, he was telling me about this a little bit. And I just want to do some checking to make sure, even if it is CARES money, just to see, are there any regulations about this, in terms of how we figure it out payroll wise,
Like a stipend like that.
Yeah, does the bonus count towards their pay, or how, because and just quickly, just because I was out yesterday, but I was just looking up, the administrative rules of Montana, the Arms, do talk about bonuses.
Mhm.
I don't know once we get CARES money in there. I don't know if that completely changes the
Yeah.
you know,
Well, we're putting it on the back burner anyway.
yeah. But I mean, just
It was
to
just
let
an
you know,
idea.
because I think we might have to maybe just get a legal opinion just to make
Right.
sure it's okay.
Right. But it was just, again, I want people to understand, we're just spitballing, trying to find ideas to get people to apply,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, because we don't want to have, you have the problem that you did before. That was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Jamie both had to play, telephone gymnastics trying to line up transports. And
Yeah.
so this was just something to try to make sure that the jail stayed open.
Yeah,
And
really
he came
just,
up
yeah.
with it, so.
Yeah,
But-
Melanie and the clerks of court having to, it's a nightmare
Yeah.
to not have a jail, so,
But-
yeah.
And I think that, I remember this term coming up before, and I don't know if other commissioners are doing it legal or illegally, but I thought that there was a difference. I think the ARM or the statute might say something about a bonus maybe not being very kosher, but I think that the word stipend, whatever difference that means,
Right.
Yeah.
might
Probably
make
in the
it.
wording.
Just be,
Yeah.
yeah, it could just be semantics and you have to call
Right.
it something else.
Okay, so the jail, and with the jail, we found that the clothing is like probably from the time they opened the jail. I mean, it's all stretched out where we don't have enough for, barely enough for clothing exchange. We have to wash right away and do that. So we are now ordering new orange shirts and pants, which, we'll just do that off the jail budget, which I think we have plenty of money there to do, but that'll be a little bit of an expense, but we need it and get that done because we got to get socks, underwear, all that needs to be bought. So
For the,
inmates,
they get to have socks, do they?
when they don't flush them down the toilet.
Yeah, say one more thing.
But yeah, so we're buying new to supplement what we have and going through because they're all stretched out holes. I mean, it's bad. So we're going to replace that. And then dispatch update is basically the same. 911 system is getting close to get, I think it's going to go live in November. So there's going to be training at the end of October with all the dispatchers. We're going to need to borrow some laptops in the county that I'm hoping that we can go through some of the county departments and borrow a couple laptops for a day because the dispatchers are all going to need them to be in here to be trained on how to work the new system. And they each need a laptop. So I've got one. I think Don, I was going to bug Don for one, and then I was hoping maybe to bug you guys for one.
Yeah.
They just go online and get to the thing, and then you'd have it back.
Yeah.
I have one of the old decommissioned CDA laptops. I can't do anything with. You guys probably could, but it's nothing.
Yeah, we can see if it'll hook up and run the system, so yeah. Anyhow, that's that for dispatch and patrol. As we said, Eric will start eventually. Poor guy worked one day in patrol and then we yanked him out.
Well, tell him we said thanks.
I know, we have been.
Okay.
So he's chomping at the bit, but he's really been a big help with the jail. So, and he would have been probably my first choice for a supervisor if, he would have still been there. But patrol's doing fine. The one person is back to work. I can't say, but you guys should know what I'm talking about. It's back to work, okay? So that's good news.
Oh, when you had patrol update, I thought you were talking about the highway patrol in their office.
No. That patrol update is, we still don't know
Still don't know what.
when they're moving.
I gotta do a contract.
No, but they're supposed to be moving.
Oh, okay.
They're
Okay.
asking when they're moving, and then they're asking about the
The
contract.
St. Regis thing, yeah.
Yeah, they probably want the contract before they move out.
But I met one of the new troopers and I asked him and he said he didn't know. So,
Is that the one living up there on the
no,
hill?
he lives in Missoula.
Something-
That one that lives up there, he's a good guy too. He's a nice guy.
So
He's ex-Florida Fish and Game.
Really?
Mhm.
He's
Nice
just-
guy.
Is he just staying in that motel till he finds a place?
No, that's apartments.
Yeah, so you made that
Oh, he's
apartments.
living there.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's where that one.
So now we have more than just one patrolman living here, not just
Correct.
two, now we've got, okay.
Right. Yeah, and he likes it. He says he likes it, so.
Cool.
And the one yesterday comes from Missoula. He's assigned out here, but allowed to live in Missoula.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And so back to your patrol idea. So your sheriff, deputy patrol are going, you have it noted here, just they're fine and,
Yeah, now that everybody's going to be back to work come Sunday.
oh, I
So-
see. You'll be back up to your, hopefully.
Except
better
we'll be down
coverage.
Eric, but we'll still have enough to
Right.
handle the calls and all that, yeah. And then, there was something else I was gonna tell you, but I can't think of it, so. I guess that's it, as far as I know.
So back to that federal contract, they already have a couple inmates in here currently, we're just gonna get the new rate
We
of
have
pay.
3, so as of today, we now switch to charging him 78 for the
Oh,
3.
very good.
2 will come on Monday, that'll make 5,
Uh-huh.
and then 1 will come later on the week, and that'll make 6.
Mhm.
We told them we'd house up to 10,
Mhm.
so I said, please send me 4 more after that.
And
Because,
they're on the federal, probably fiscally, you're right, so it is technically today.
Right.
yeah, that's what they told me.
Yeah.
They said,
Perfect, yeah.
they said October 1, start
September.
charging
Yeah.
78. I
I've
said,
been
okay.
doing
Yep.
So,
that fiscal budget, yeah.
Getting the new people.
And you said 6 on what day? 6 more on what day?
no,
Monday?
not 6 more. It'll make 6.
Okay, on which day?
5 for sure on Monday.
Okay.
By Monday, and then the 6th, the number 1, the other guy that'll make 6, they said they'd hope by the end of the week, but it could be even the week after.
So 5 on Monday?
Yeah,
Okay.
so there'll be a total of 5 federal inmates in our jail on Monday. And they're the nicest inmates we have,
That's good.
because they know the system and they've been through the system. All the jailers, they're like the feds more than the state guys,
Uh-huh.
and the locals. But usually when we have a problem, we bug county attorney, we get him out of our jail. So, yeah. We ordered the door thingies. Hopefully, those will be installed by the end of the month.
Mhm.
Garrett, with DIS or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, Garrett.
Garrett said he's just getting the guy scheduled to get up here sometime in October. So,
All right, so.
still read Facebook and we're all happy.
Anybody think of any other questions for the sheriff? What'd you say about Facebook? I'm not on Facebook. You say it-
Good, don't be.
It will make you happy or make you unhappy.
I'm biting my lip.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping it where there's more paying customers than non-paying customers.
Yeah, I should have grabbed the count with the state. The state gives us, I think it's 65 or 63 a day, and I think we've got the majority of the state
I think
in
the
there right
state,
now.
wasn't the state limit at $69?
Something like that. It's somewhere in the 60s.
Yeah.
And we've got
At Mako, they were talking about
raising
getting the
it.
state to raise it because there's too many like, the real cost for Missoula, because they have to have a full-time nurse and all
Right.
that staff, the real cost for Missoula is like $120 a day.
Mhm.
And they'll get a state inmate and they're only getting paid 69. That, they're contesting that, trying to take it to the courts. But
Yeah.
the state statute, the legislature says, nope, top end is 69.
No. Yeah, I think Yellowstone County, Missoula, and probably Great
Bozeman.
Falls or something
Yeah.
in on that lawsuit.
Mhm.
Which it should be changed. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, if it's not really covering, we don't have a full-time staff
Right.
nurse. But we can barely cover our costs
Right.
at 69, but can you imagine Missoula with all the staff they have and the requirements?
Right. That's why we're getting. I could have it full if I wanted 27 state inmates,
Mhm.
because Missoula would be like, take them.
Mhm.
I mean, they every day they call us.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
keeping
losing
our
money
numbers
on
as
it.
low as I can without overbearing the staff. So,
Mhm.
but at the same time,
Well, hopefully we'll get your staff stabilized
Right.
and everything will be up there.
And like I said, the ones that have left are all left because of personal stuff, not because
Yeah.
of they're
Yeah.
unhappy.
Right.
It's all been personal.
Death in the family, divorce, whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, nobody's left because they're mad at command staff or some other employee. It's all been, I want to move here, or I've got this going on in my life, or it's not the job I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, some people.
The jail is definitely that. The jail, everybody's left except the one is left because it's not the job they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you gotta have the right personality
Mhm.
and be the right fit. And
Mhm.
it's a feast and famine. Sometimes you're sitting there.
Yeah, I mean, dealing with these inmates, that's why,
Yeah.
you know, it's frustrating, yeah. Okay.
Okay, Sheriff. Well, good. So the new guy will come in this afternoon. You'll be taking him around.
Ask HR.
Well, I am seeing him, and I haven't heard back from the sheriff's department on what you want to do with him after I do paperwork.
I guess he can come meet us over there, I guess, real quick, but he's only getting paid for one day.
Yes,
That's
but
what I
I
thought.
don't know if you know, what your plans are for him after paperwork.
Just to talk to him and let him go home because there's nothing for him to do.
Okay,
Or are we gonna have him be trained by somebody Monday, kind of?
Yeah.
I'll need to schedule, or you'll tell him when he
I'll
comes.
tell
Thank
him.
you, Ellen, when he
When
comes to
talk-
see you.
yes,
Okay,
we'll tell him what he has
Okay.
to do. And I gotta get him to start ordering his uniforms.
So be back from lunch around. When should you expect him?
well, he's coming to me at 1:30.
Right,
So
so
2
So,
o'clock.
no, well, it takes a little longer than
Yeah.
that, Roman.
we got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm trying
it
to help
takes-
you out there.
I got you. When she gets her, I know it takes her about 2 hours.
Okay. Be back from lunch at 2 is all I meant.
Right, yes.
And be around thereafter.
Always.
Okay.
I'll eat in my office. How's that?
How's that? Thank you for that. Are we done, Sheriff?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. 10 o'clock with Andy Short, subcontract agreement for licensed establishment inspections. So
Yeah,
it's
just-
that time of year for the restaurants, eh?
Well, just a reminder, this registered sanitarian out of Seattle contacted me mid-year and was like, "Hey, you guys need any help over there?" And I was like, "Yeah, but we do, but I don't know exactly what you mean." Anyway, we kept talking, and I was like, "Yeah, would you be up for doing license inspections?" And she's had some connection in Mineral County. Anyway, back and forth. Finally, she was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do it." And so, put that in the budget. And then, anyway, I finally got a contract that we could all agree on, and that's what that is. And I just stole that contract agreement from the Dave DeGrandpre Land Solutions agreement and just changed some things up. But yeah, that's it. So she wants to start on Monday, so she's gonna come in.
What's her name?
Jennifer Jessen.
Yeah, Jennifer Jessen, Jessen, from Enumclaw, Washington, Jesco. Yeah, so she's going to agree to inspect for Andy retail food establishments, wholesale food, trailer courts, campgrounds.
Trailer court.
And she will do it at the rate of $115 per inspection.
Yeah, that's kind of the number that I came up with. Just I think the total contract was like $8,500.
Does she know that some of the campground, do we still have one with a swimming pool or 2 swimming pools to inspect?
We got 2 swimming pools, but DPHHS did those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she doesn't have, just got to do the
Did
restaurants.
they normally do them? Or did?
No, they just but in the contract they say they allow you to opt out,
Oh,
and just the way the things are going, I was like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to opt
yeah.
out.
Yeah, you guys do the pools, which is nice because the pools are. I mean, it's a whole.
Different.
It's a.
Inspection.
You almost need to just do pools because it's so technical. So like when I would have to go do them, I'd have to sit there and like relearn the pool chemistry.
Yeah. Get your swimming trunks on.
Every time. Well, yeah, that's
This
number
should-
one. Number one, yeah, you put your
Temperature
swimming
should be
trunks-
turned up just a little bit.
Put your swimming trunks on. Yeah. That's kind of nice of you.
Yeah.
Another drink.
Yeah.
Got those drinks with the little umbrella sticking out.
So yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt comfortable writing up the contract myself, and
What is their connection?
I think her boyfriend's over here, and I think that's I'm gonna miss his name, but Perry. I keep wanting to say Perry Ashby. But that's not a person. That's a Missoula person. Perry.
Not a name, Perry. I don't know anything.
Long
about Perry.
time Mineral County resident. I think he's a dentist. Sheep Mountain Lodge, like owns the Sheep Mountain Lodge over there.
Oh, Perry. God, what is his name? Ray Godin would know what his name is.
No, it's right. It's right at the tip of my tongue. I just can't.
World famous fly fisher. That's who he is. I can't think of his last. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's got a place to stay for free there,
Cool.
and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? I like it's more like, oh, you'd be willing to do this, because I've reached out to other folks, and so it was like, oh, you willing to do this? Oh, please come.
Well,
help
that'll
us.
free you up too.
Please come up. Oh my gosh, like.
Not that you need it. Cool.
Yeah, that's it. That was just the action item was to sign the contract, and then Monday she'll come in, sign it, and then start.
Because she has to have them all done by December 31.
And if it looks like it's working out, yeah, just see how it goes. But if this looks like it's working out, maybe she could help us out on some other things. Just letter writing, plan review. We're starting to see, people are submitting plan reviews for mobile food establishments, and they just don't pay, for the amount of work that you have to do. So it's kind of piling. It's like piling on, right? Like we're all set. We're moving through our stuff, and now do plan review for a mobile food establishment. Anyway.
Andy, did you say a cap of 8,500?
Yep.
85.
Yep. Not to exceed.
Well, I will make a motion that we approve the consulting agreement for licensed established sanitation inspection services between Mineral County and Jesco LLC for $115 per inspection, not to exceed $8,500.
I would second that motion.
I'm going to go scan that quick and get it right back to Andy.
Any more discussion or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I hear none.
Thanks, y'all.
Cool.
Lori, thank you.
Yeah.